Welcome back to Easily Explained, where today we will be talking more about irregular preterite tense verbs. So let's get started. In the past two videos, we first went over the endings of preterite tense verbs that follow this specific formula, iste o, imos, istes, eron. In the first video, we talked about the conjugation chart, and then in the next video we talked about the stems of these common verbs that follow this pattern: tener, estar, saber, poder, poner, hacer, and querer. So now that we have these stems, tuv, estuv, sup, bud, bus, is, and quis, and we also have our conjugation chart right here. Now we're basically going to put them together in order to form the irregular preterite tense verb from this list. So now that we know all of our stems, we're going to put them together with the correct ending. So now we can actually write a full conjugation chart for all of these verbs. Let's start with tener. This means to have. And our stem for tener is tuv. Now we can just plug in all of our endings. So we have tuv, iste, o, imos, istes, eron. All right, so now we can write out a full conjugation chart. Tuve, tuviste, tuvo. Remember that we don't have accents on irregular preterite tense verbs. Tuvimos, tuvisteis, tuvieron. And that's basically it. All you have to do is take your stem and attach your correct ending. Let's do one more example, and then you guys can try it. We're going to try saber, which means to know. Our stem is sup, iste, o, imos, istes, eron. Okay, and from here we can just translate supe, supiste, supo, supimos, supisteis, and supieron. And that is our full conjugation chart for supe. And since we've already went over all of our stems and the conjugation chart, it should be very easy now, because all you need to do is combine them. And remember, just like in present tense verbs when we're conjugating, for example, if we are conjugating the AR verb hablar in the present tense, what we had to do was, number one, get rid of AR. Then we're left with this stem, HABL. And then from there, you added on your stem, you added on your correct ending. And that was your conjugation. Well, now you don't even have to do the first step, because we've already memorized all of our stems. We have estuve, estuve, su, pud, pus, is, and quis for these specific ones. Specific verbs. So we're going to apply the same principle like we did up here and over here. We had our stem, SUP, and then we added it to each and every ending. And so on and so forth. And that's how we ended up with this chart on the right. So now that you have the basics down, you're basically going to write out all of the conjugation charts for the rest of the common irregular verbs as your practice, because there's not much to explain now that you have memorized your endings and your stems. All you have to do now is remember how to put them together. And as you'll notice, number 5, I wrote it is irregular in the LA usted form. And so that means it does not fit this O pattern, or it's not how you think it would be. So just do the best you can with that one, because we will explain that at the end when we get to it. Remember, it is going to be difficult because you probably won't guess it. It's not something that clicks, but when you understand the reasoning behind why it's irregular, because there is actually a reason why it's irregular in that specific form, then you'll understand and you'll be able to remember it a little bit better. So pause the video now and complete your practice. Alright, now let's go over all of the conjugation charts. So, querer, to want, we have quise, quisiste, quiso, quisimos, quisisteis, and quisieron. Number 2, we have estar, to be, and our star chart looks like this. Estuve, estuviste, estuvo, estuvimos, estuvisteis, and lastly, estuvieron. Alright, number 3, we have poder, which means to be able to. Pude, pudiste, pudo, pudimos, pudisteis, and pudieron. And then poner, same way. Puse, pusiste, puso, pusimos, pusisteis, and pusieron. Alright, now we have hacer. So I'm going to skip el usted form and write out all the normal ones. So it's going to be hice, hiciste, hicimos, hicisteis, and hicieron. Okay, so if we were to just leave it like it regularly is in the el, ella, usted form, our stem is is, and our ending is o. So now this may look right, like hizo, yeah. But in Spanish, when we have an o after a c, it actually becomes hico. and that's not the same sound that we're trying to convey, so it doesn't work. That's why we need the S sound. And you might think, oh, so S, H-I-S-O? Well, in Spanish, the Z sound actually makes the S sound. Yes, the S also makes that sound sometimes, like saber, but when we have the irregular yo form of hacer in preterite tense, it actually becomes hizo. So it's not really irregular in the ending, it's more irregular in the stem. Hizo. So it's still that same sound that you might have thought was H-I-C-O, but now it's just with a different letter. But make sure you still remember that so that it's not incorrect. It's still hizo, but it's not spelled how you would expect it to be spelled. Congratulations, you are now an expert at this type of irregular preterite tense verbs. If this video helped, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!